Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So glad you're here. So glad you can make it to today's video. If you're new to the channel, I want to welcome you and say a special thank you for joining. But anyways, without further ado, I'm going to be sharing the premise of today's video. We're going to be diving into my KTM. If you're new to the channel, this is a 2014 KTM 150 and we transferred it over to a brand new 2022. It looks awesome, all white plastics. Might do something down the road with graphics and whatnot, but besides the point, we're gonna get into today's video, and what I'm gonna be doing is sharing the price point at what you're gonna be looking at to do this to your bike. So I'm gonna be bringing it out in the yard and going through a grand list. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet, so hang on with me. But anyways, I'm gonna be going through a grand list of how much each part costed me, and then towards the end of the video, I'm gonna be sharing ways that you can save money along the way. So if you're watching this or you have a buddy that has an older KTM and they're just dying to get the new look out of this bike, because these bikes are still relevant, they're still fast, they're still super fun, but they just don't have the look factor that, you know, riders are looking for these days. So if you have an older KTM and you're kind of like on the edge of doing something like this or not, this might help you make the decision. But without further ado, I'm gonna bring this thing out in the yard and we're gonna go through the prices together. So let's go. So we're just gonna get into it, make it super short and sweet like I said, but I ended up getting the Polysport plastic kit first for $140. I got the 2019 subframe off eBay for $198. I ended up getting the seat for $132, and then the seat screw for $2. I got the new gas tank for $160. I highly suggest you guys get a spec bolt kit as well. I got that for $85. It just helps out as you're doing things if you lose things along this project, so it's nice to have one of those anyways. I got the mud flap for another $13. And then I got the airbox front for $14, the airbox bottom for $24, and I got the airbox boot for $62. Then I got the air filter cage for $14. I got the air filter for $13. I got these little grommet pieces for $6. And then I got the quick connector clutch, they call it, for the air filter for $1. And then I got the battery compartment to hold your CDI box for $25. And then I got the top of my subframe welded by Dave for $40. So shout out to him for doing that. And then I got the custom brackets to mount my subframe to my frame. I made those. I have the files down below in the description. If you click that link, it'll bring you to custom files and you can just go ahead from there. Those samples were $361, but I ordered one for that side, one for the other side, and then I also ordered some radiator brackets to connect the shroud to the radiator. But I ended up getting these braces here, Enduro Engineering, and they come for $99 and they just have a rubber band instead of a bracket. I think that works a little bit better and it'll save you some money. And something I just found out is that exhaust bracket is actually off a 2005 CR125, but it fits a variety of bikes. But that only cost me $17. And last but not least, the custom grip tape from Ace Hardware was $5. So there you have it. There is the grand total price of this bike. All right, we are back. Here's your grand total, and I want to keep this next part pretty short and sweet. Basically, how I save money along the way of doing this is selling all the parts that, you know, I took off the bike originally, because you're gonna have a clump of parts just sitting there. So I'm gonna run through some of the parts I sold on Facebook and eBay. I sold the seat on Facebook for $60. I sold the fork guards for $21.75. I sold the subframe for $75, and it also had a crack in it. So I welded it, of course, so that was $75. Left side frame guard, someone bought one of those for $15. And a gas tank. My old gas tank sold for $125. So yeah, here's your grand total of the parts I've sold. I still have some to sell, but basically you take that first total and then you minus the parts I've sold, and there is your new total. Don't worry if stuff doesn't sell right away. Parts will eventually sell. That's what I've experienced, because everyone needs parts all the time. They're always breaking stuff or wanting to build other things. So yeah, don't get discouraged with that, but that is a key way that you can make money back on this project. Another key way is getting to know like your local guys, if you have a buddy of a buddy, or you know, something along those lines, some small town guys that can weld your subframe. I shout out to Dave, he welded mine. He didn't even want me to pay him, and so I ended up offering him money, obviously, and he ended up taking the money, so thanks, Dave. So support your local guys. They can save you some cash instead of some big facility, big welding, you know, station or something like that. It's better to support the local guys. They got bills to pay as well. So yeah, that's another key way I saved money along the way as well. Another key way you can save money is don't be scared to get custom with your things. Like, just for an example, the grip tape. The grip tape is upwards of $20-some if you want to get it through Nihilo, or I don't even know other brands right now. But I ended up going to Ace Hardware and getting probably like 2 feet of it. It's 3M adhesive stuff, so it's pretty good stuff. And I just cut my own. I made out some stencils and I cut my own, slapped it on there, got a little heat on it, stuck real good. So we're gonna have to test those out and see how it works. But it's super high quality stuff, so it should work just fantastic. But yeah, don't be scared to get custom with some things. Like, kind of figure out ways along. You might do it cheaper than I am for whatever reason. But yeah, don't be scared to get custom with some things. Do things your own way. But yeah, we're gonna close out today's video. I told you guys it'd be short and sweet. So glad you made it over here. If you guys can like, comment, and subscribe, that would be awesome. That'd mean a lot to me. You guys are my family, so I appreciate each and every one of you. And I want to say a special thank you to you. I have some merch coming super soon. It's in the printers right now, but it's some pretty awesome stuff. So if you guys want to stick around for that. And also, if you want to check out my Instagram page, I will be updating constantly with whatever I'm doing with bikes, riding, basically all bikes. So if you guys are interested in bikes, go follow my Instagram. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for the next one, and live life on the pipe.